بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Inshallah ta'ala, in this session we continue the rulings pertaining our women and during the month of Ramadan. For those sisters and women that missed days in Ramadan because of their pregnancy and because of breastfeeding their infants, we talked about the rulings, how to make up for those days later on. Now the question that comes to mind is that what does she do if this continues? Like some situations with our sisters who end up being pregnant and then miss the whole month of Ramadan because of difficulties they're going through in their pregnancy. And then right after that, it becomes the breastfeeding issue or nursing that child. And the sister or a woman goes into another Ramadan without being able to make up for the previous Ramadan. And here goes another month of Ramadan because of nursing that child and because of breastfeeding. She ends up having 2 months of Ramadan, and that's about 60 days, and it becomes extremely difficult on her to make up for those days. Now some of the opinion says, because of course the most cautious opinion would still be is that after she finishes from all these excuses, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her the permission to miss those days and to break the fast of those days, is that to make it up later on. And they don't have to be 60 days right after each other, continuous or in sequence, but rather as they can. But that still become very difficult for some sisters, especially that they would have to observe the following 3rd Ramadan, and it becomes almost 3 months of fasting. So some of the scholars have seen when the days of the missed days of Ramadan pile up because of pregnancy and because of breastfeeding and because of other excuses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them, and many days stack up on the individual sister, then she can inshaAllah ta'ala take the rukhsa and the concession of feeding poor people and giving the fidya for those missed days. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her that permission, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the nature of the status that she goes through, and these missed days were not because of her comfort, but rather because of other legitimate reason that caused her to break those days of fast. So in that case, and if the days pile up on her, then inshaAllah ta'ala it should be sufficient for her to feed 60 poor persons because of the 2 months that she missed. And she's inshaAllah ta'ala, whenever she's ready, to start fasting the following Ramadan after the excuses are done. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from our sisters and from our women, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them with many reward for the difficulties and the hardship that they go through, and for the responsibility that is upon their shoulder. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from them all and from us all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the best of speech and follow it. Allahumma ameen wa jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.